welcome. We are here today with Thomas Carpentier, Director of Fire Engineering at Socotec UK. Thank you very much, Thomas, for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start as usual and ask you about your story and how did you get into fire engineering?
So I study mechanical engineering, and I started working as a mechanical engineer in Australia. That was about 12 years ago. I was designing air conditioning and ventilation systems. I was also working as a project manager, overseeing all building services for schools, so electrical, hydraulics, and fire. So this is how I discovered fire. I started working designing sprinkler systems and fire detection and alarm systems. And then I slowly moved into fire engineering. So in Australia, in Sydney, I studied some more to get the Master of Fire Engineering.
So Australia was your first step towards this domain, fire engineering. But how was your experience there? Do you remember your first day at the office?
Yes, so as a fire engineer, there's not such thing as a first day for me, because it was kind of a transition from mechanical engineering to fire protection, and then from fire protection to fire engineering. So not such thing as a first day, but I do remember the first project I worked on. That was the design of fire hose rails and fire extinguishers for a warehouse in Adelaide.
So, as you mentioned, you began your career in Australia and spent around 12 years working there. What determined you to move to the UK?
Well, that was both for personal and professional reasons. On a professional level, as you said, I had spent 12 years in Australia, and I wanted to see how things are done in another country. So I started looking for opportunities in Europe and in the Middle East as well. But I had excellent opportunities to lead teams in the UK, and I had this very, very good opportunity with Socotec, and I do not regret choosing Socotec.
And how quickly did you adapt to work in the UK?
Well, I don't think I have adapted to the weather yet. No, I'm joking, because the summer is actually quite good here. It's been very good this year. But about working here, I would say it took me a few months to familiarize myself with the UK legislation. Maybe 4 to 6 months, I would say, because this, I mean, the more projects you work on and the more issues you face, the faster you adapt.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the lockdowns here, because when I moved, there was London went into lockdown. That actually helped me a lot, because I spent a lot of time working on projects and not having holidays. So actually, it actually helped me to adapt faster. Working on project helped me a lot on top of my task as a director here.
And because you had the opportunity to work in both Australia and UK, were there any major differences between these countries in terms of, I don't know, projects you mentioned earlier, legislation, authorities that you can think of, or maybe any difficulties that you had to face?
So I wouldn't say there are major differences. It is quite similar. The way we're thinking about fire engineering is similar. But I think there's a bit more pressure on the fire engineers here in the UK, more responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Here, building control do not challenge our solutions as much as in Australia. And here also the fire brigades has less power. Their advice or objection is not always taken in consideration. And I would say also the legislation here is maybe more comprehensive. It's like bigger books, if I can say. So it's a bit bit more messy here. That's why it takes probably more time to adapt once to the UK legislation than the other way. So also it needs a good level of interpretation here in the UK.
Well, Thomas, you're now working as a director in the UK. You lead the teams and also you work on projects. And we're curious to find out what does a day in your life as a director look like?
So I wake up quite early. I live not far from the office, so I try to get in the office early enough to do some of my emails before like the day starts, basically. After that, my day is filled with meetings that are more or less planned. Some are in relation to management, so finance, marketing, business development, strategy, and some are more technical. So I'm a chartered engineer, I have experience, so I give my opinion to the engineers in my team about technical issues. We sometimes have some heated discussions in the office. And also, so yeah, we as like most in the office here, maybe work 1 day per week from home, and maybe 3-4 days in the office. I'm not always. I travel quite a lot, so I'm not always in the London office. I'm based in London, but I also move to other offices we have in Bicester, Manchester, and in Ireland. And because Socotec is international, I also travel overseas to Paris, Barcelona, Germany.
Wow. Well, you're quite a busy engineer. I mean, yeah, last but not least, I'd like to ask you, why would you encourage somebody to join this field?
Well, I think it's fun. I wouldn't do this job. I wouldn't be in this field if it was not fun. I love fire engineering. I think it's also because it covers all aspects of, I mean, a lot of aspects of a lot of aspects of engineering in the construction. So I'm talking about the structural engineering, electrical, hydraulics, mechanical. It also covers aspects such as psychology of people in evacuation, health and medical. On top of this, it's got I think, a bright future. There are more and more buildings. There are more and more regulations, and the safety is an ever-growing concern. And also, finally, I think there's plenty of work in this area. There's a shortage of fire engineers, and it's quite well paid. In the construction industry, is probably one of the highest paid job you can get.
Thank you, Thomas, for sharing your best experience with us. I'm confident it will inspire many engineers at the beginning of their careers or others to take a step forward.
Thank you very much, Andrea and Mirona, to have me today.
Thank you.